So this is for those of you who are wanting to get a little bit ahead. This is going to be looking at generating tables for linear functions. Alrighty, tables are useful, like we saw in the last chapter, that we can use them to plot graphs. So if we can't have a table, we're going to have trouble plotting a graph. So let's have a look at how do we actually do it. Well, fortunately, we get to use our calculator for this stuff. So what this says is we have a function, y equals -5x plus 2, and we want to substitute different values into it. In particular, we want to substitute x equals 2, x equals 0, and x equals 2. So what we need to do is use our calculator and do each of those. So let's start with x equals -2. Probably the hardest of these three, so let's start harder and get easier. So we're going to get y is equal to -5. Well, normally I'd write x, but I actually know what x is equal to. X is equal to -2. So instead of writing x, I'm going to write -2 and then plus 2. Right? So this little bit here is what used to be the x, and that's been replaced with a -2. And now into your calculator, you can type this in. If you're wanting to do it without your calculator, well, a negative times a negative is a positive, so that would be positive 5 times 2, which is 10, plus 2, which is 12. Alright, the next value we're going to be substituting in is x equals 0. So y is equal to -5 times 0 plus 2. -5 times 0 is 0 plus 2 is 2. And the last value is substituting in is x equals 2. And once again, y is equal to -5 times 2 plus 2. A negative times a positive is going to be a negative, which is -10, plus 2 is -8. Remember, you can do all of this without a calculator, and that is absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. So these are the 3 points. Alrighty. So down the bottom, you've got some substituting into different equations, and then over the page, you've got some tables to complete of your own. Pause the video, have a go through it. Remember, answers are in the back. Alrighty, now that you are finished, we can move on to now actually completing some worded questions. So Erin is an electrician and she charges $60 call-out fee and $45 per hour. This can be mapped by the equation y equals 45x plus 60, where x is the number of hours worked and y is the cost for the client. Complete the table of values for Erin's television repair costs. Alrighty, so the first one we want to do is if she only has to work 1 hour. Well, then y is equal to 45 times 1 plus 60. $105. Again, you can use a calculator for all of this if you want. X equals 2. We're going to get y is equal to 45 times 2 plus 60, which is going to be 150. And for x equals 3, we're going to get y is equal to 45 times 3 plus 60, which is $195. Alrighty, so now I can just copy the answers and put them underneath the x value that was their partner. Alrighty, there we go, completed the table. Part B, though, asks something a bit more interesting. Calculate the cost of hiring Erin for 1.5 hours. Alrighty, well, good thing to know is that 1.5 can be better written as 1.5 hours. From here, we can just substitute straight in. X equals 1.5, y is equal to 45 times 1.5 plus 60. Now it's time for the calculator, and we get 127.5. Now, some of you may know this might not be that realistic because often they might just round up to the nearest hour. So you might be paying for 2 hours anyway. Alrighty, so there's some generating. There's a few questions on the next couple of pages and then answers at the back. So please make sure you're checking your work as you go. Alrighty, bye-bye.